Hello, marketers. Welcome to hashtag Marketers Lead Talk from the House of Marketing Soul. The Marketing Soul was formed with a vision to create a community of passionate marketers. And I can't thank you enough the love that you have given to it. Great Marketers Club is growing, and daily we have intellects connecting and sharing the common vision learn, network, and grow. Today, I'm delighted to introduce you to our Marketers Lead, who has outgrown himself from a marketer to an entrepreneur. But as it said, you cannot take a marketer out of a person. Spent almost a decade in sales and distribution network of a top leading brand. Today, he is a founder of Farmfresh Private Limited. Without any further delay, join me in welcoming Biswajit Poddar to the show. Hello, Biswajit. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I am fine. I'm doing well. And what about you?
I'm absolutely fine. And thank you so much for being with us on this show.
And it's pleasure to invite me for your channel for this discussion.
Pleasure.
And I hope that your channel will grow as fast as that people will also get enriched about that in this field about the knowledge of that marketing.
Definitely. Definitely. So to share something about Farm Fresh, how this idea originated and where are you now? What are the plans we had?
See that it has that idea is like that farm to fork basis kind of thing that where you can produce vegetable fruits different kind of fruits and vegetable so that to intact that nutritional value how we can reach to consumer directly. It's a door to door for farm to doorstep. So the main challenges is that like how we can produce that organically. So that is the model where to start with the vision that to go to the consumer and door to door to the person with that full nutritional value of that fruits and vegetables. So from that angle, we have been started it, and it is in a pilot stage. I think it took 1.5 years of time to make it grow. So further, due to COVID, we have got delayed in some supply chain model and all. So I hope that this time it will take another second due to second wave again we have come back to that old position. So let's see how it will go on, and we'll take another phase. I think after this the second wave of COVID will take the punch.
Right. No, I understand the COVID has been really harsh on certain things, but I'm sure the kind of concept that you have, it is surely going to have leaps and bounds growth because people in India are looking forward for such kind of initiative and true value in their food nutrition. So my
Thank you.
congratulations to you for this.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
taking the conversation further, no, let's stick to the basics one. How does FMCG distribution network works in India?
So it is like very simple. That company is that every state wise they made plan. Okay, so depending on that LP low population group, starting from that your every taluka, every 5 to 10 K, there is a government census report, no? So depending on that OLP market, TLP market, even that below 2K market. So we made a plan as per that company norms that where we have to make distributor. So we have to give a certain amount of business value towards customer, and depending on that potential of the market, we appoint distributor. So different company has their different norms. If you take an example of like Hindustan Lever or that ITC, they go for the direct distribution appointing that distributor, but certain companies are there in the market those who appoint super stockist. Okay, so in a state like that there will be a one super stockist. From there their distribution will be happen in that way. But other company like IT, so most of the company are in that form of direct distribution through their distribution channel. So it is basically happened on the basis of that market pop group market. So every company has certain rules, their sales and distribution planning before the year. So till what pop group they want to go for the direct distribution, where they should appoint the distributor. So on the basis of that, they will reach that. This is a brick and mortar style which are happening since a long time.
That's right. That's right. So, what according to you will be the parameters that how I should decide that which model to choose, and no, this will be the good distribution network for my company.
See that so if you talk about that current scenario, and it depends that what product and where your brand is positioning in the market. So I think that disruption come into the place in terms of that e-commerce and that online thing. Okay, so if your product is targeting on the mass level, okay, so if you are going to the mass people, so you need that distribution channel, that contemporary distribution channel. Without that, it's not possible to go through that e-commerce channel. So, and if you are coming into that value-added items where you want to create your niche about your product, then obviously you have to plan for your that online that e-commerce center. So it depends that what product and what is the strategy of your brand and where you want to position it. So on the basis of that, this thing will be decided whether you want to go for omni-channel or whether you want to go for that normal brick and mortar style of business.
So if I'll ask about Farmfresh, so what is your take on the distribution network that you are planning to have?
So as of now that we are doing it it has not expanded as of now beyond my territory, because there is I firmly believe that before take it to the next level in terms of that distribution and online, you have sure that the product which you are offering to your consumer, whether they are getting that value addition has been there or not. If you are not making any value addition by that thing, there is a no point of making that distribution setup and that e-commerce thing and all. So I am currently strictly focusing on that part only as of now, for that making that product viable for that customer. Suppose any vegetable and fruits those who are bringing from the market, if I am not if I charging more or the same, so I have to differentiate our offering. So it is taking time. After that, obviously we'll go for the normal channel. So it is very tough as of now to go for that due to that perishable products. So to go for the e-commerce channel, it takes some time.
That's right. That's right. So, bringing back to the story that India, it's still a rural region, rural sector is there. So, still a challenge. It's there. So, what are your recommendation to resolve distribution network no solutions in the rural sector?
See that in rural sector, I think it is an area where every company is now looking at into, like starting from PNG to different other top multinational company. They are also planning that setting up a distributor also. There are certain areas where people are that companies are not able to reach right now. So if to cater that those market, you need to have you need to create a robust system. So by that system or technology, you can reach to that market directly. So if you talk about to this distributor to that rural site, okay. So as of now, I think the main challenge which companies are facing right now is that in terms of that their distribution quality. Okay, so maybe they have plan of to reach about 2K market, pop group market. Okay, but to make that viable enough, okay, so you need to have that metric that till what time you can take that cost, because the cost is involved when you expanding your reach. So if you talk about that within the 3 or the next quarter, my percentage will be of the cost that over the turnover will be the 2% or 1.5%. You can't reach to that your extreme rural sector. So you have to take it totally depend on the vision of the company, that whether we are expanding our portfolio, whether we are diversifying or not. If we are diversifying or if we are expanding our portfolio, then we have to invest. It's a to reach the rural sector, it's a one type of investment which you are making in terms of your channel distribution cost. So to considering that fact, people are going there, but a new company, those who are coming into this sector, it is very tough for them to reach and spending that amount of money to reach to the rural sector. So these are the challenge, and I think this is the vision which company take to reach that rural sector.
So do you think product reach the kind of the no the product portfolio that any company has, no, that also becomes a problem sometimes to reach to the rural areas? What is your take?
So the problem is that if I talk about, if I generalize that, I don't think that all companies are handling that issue at minute level. Because if you talk about any other particular company I have seen, they have channel, they have whatever the SKU they are in their portfolio, they demarcated it for that it's a rural product, it will go to the rural market. Okay,
Okay.
so that thing is very much necessary, because in urban, that product portfolio, if anyone is going for the delivery, or anyone is going to handle that category to urban area, it's totally different in rural side, because the value for money product is much more essential in rural side. So keeping into that, considering that products which are value for money, so that need to be more focused in that rural side.
That's right. That's right. So, in fact, COVID has expedited the process of everything online. So, what is the future of sales and distribution network you see when it is everything is coming online with Amazon and BB? Everyone has started delivering products. What is your take?
See that online disruption is a like a paradigm shift in this channel. So yeah, it see that there is a no hard and fast rule or a hard and fast answer on this matter, but you have to wait for certain time that how that companies are adopting that technology. Okay, so there are so many catch in between. Like I am just giving 2 3 examples. You must be heard about that one company called the startup called Udan. Okay, so they are making that disruption in terms of like to reach that last mile distribution. So how they are doing it? They are actually tie up with the top companies, and they are taking product at a certain amount, and due to they have lot of funding, and they are using that funding. Suppose on product they are purchasing at rupees 50, and they are selling it at 40 rupees to capture the market. Okay, so if this is the way of going for the rural or that reach, I don't think that in from the perspective of Indian mentality, how it will go for the longer. Okay, but if you talk about that solid marketing plan or solid brand strategy plan, if you talk about that, there are 2 3 things I want to add here. So if you check that the brands in last 5 years which are coming through online only, okay, like Yoga Bar, that's it. There are several kind of brands which are coming into that place. Those who are in last 5 year, they didn't come to that offline mode. Even if you heard about the Mama's Earth, they even haven't come in that your offline mode. So they took time, they keep patience, and they have totally focus on that online, and they reach to the direct to the consumer. So once you will reach to the direct to consumer, you have that chance to meet what your consumer is saying and what consumer is want, and everything you will get to know more about your consumer. But in traditional channel, you don't have that width and scope to reach your directly to reach your consumer. So it depending on that product. I must tell you that both the channel will be stay in India, because considering that Indian population and that diverse geography, you need to be in that both the channel. And so to be in the both the channel, company must have that different kind of strategy. So if you coming into that online segment, your product must be that value added kind of thing. And if you are coming into that traditional market channel, then you have to distribution channel, then you have to come up with a mass kind of product. Because in value added, you can't sell a 30 rupees of mom's magic or a packet online, because you will not make money. But until and unless that unit economics will not be there in online, you will not make profit. So considering both those, if you talk about the mama, their one product is come out 500 rupees, 400 rupees. So that unit price and that unit economics will come into that place. So from that perspective, I think that online will work. So this is a mix omni-channel. It's depending on the company strategy how they are making the plan.
That's right. The one thing I would like to take your views on the organic food production, food nutrition, and all, which is growing day by day. So, how this market will evolve over a period, or whether it will be only online? What would be your suggestion to get into this segment, and how to take a leverage out of it?
See that online, what I say that in organic food, the main challenge is not by which platform you are going to your consumer. Main challenge is that your infrastructure, that supply chain. Okay, so because of that infrastructure, starting from our road to cold chain to our different kind of things which are into that in between of that starting from manufacture to reach to that your direct consumer. So due to that perishable kind of thing, that product, you must have your infrastructure have to be solid, because you don't have that time that you can take that more than 2 days or 3 days of time to reach that certain areas. So to considering that fact, if anyone plan if anyone can plan according to that, then I think it will reach to certain extent in next 4 5 years down the line. So beyond that, it will have a huge scope in India and in future also, because that organic things will work, and it will be there also. So if anybody come into this sector and in this field, they must have to work on first the infrastructure and their supply chain model. Then that whether you are coming into the online or offline, if people will know that you are selling that pure organic product and it is a good condition, it doesn't matter where from you are selling it. Okay, people will connect with you. Organic needs to be there, but the first and foremost thing is your supply chain.
That's right. That's right. Coming to the last leg of our conversation, so as it is about sales, so what kind of sales challenges are being faced by the sales professional during distribution? And probably after that, you can share how to resolve that.
Pardon, you just come again.
What kind of sales challenges faced by the sales professional during the distribution, sales and distribution?
So there are a lot of challenges. You know that the most important thing is that if in terms of the distribution, I think people face challenge in terms of that whether you that distributor, whether you are getting that proper distributor or not. Those will do indirectly or directly for responsible for that distribution. So the way company is coming into the new products, and day by day the huge competition pressure. So there are certain things in terms of how to reach at the right time to the right outlet. So that there is a cost factor. There are like attrition rate of your distributor, your employee. There are several kind of issue in terms of that attrition, and in terms of that profitability, whether I'm making money or not by that your distribution. That is a point to look at it, because without the profitability, you cannot make everyone in the same page. So sales is not a rocket science. It's all about that how much your interpersonal skill is depending on to reach your certain goal and certain target. So for that matter, you need to analyze those things, that whether my distributor, whether my team is aligned to that company's objective or not, to validate that whether the distribution have that right infrastructure, whether the distribution has that right kind of mindset or that investment part. So depending on that, you can drive the distribution, you can reach towards your that your target distribution norms. Without that, it's very difficult to come into that space.
So what would be your recommendation to come out of this challenges?
So that challenges, I think people have to have very much agile, and that it depends on that in which level company is taking call. Okay, so there is a no I think there is a no hard and fast rule you can take on this thing, because it depending on case to case basis. The problem which I might face in Bengal, it might not be there in Goa or Maharashtra or Karnataka. So different areas have different certain problem. So you have to be agile, and you have to be uh, very cautious about when you are taking that decision. So any sales guy or company guy, those who are taking that decision, you have to think about that 360-degree view. You can't think about just your company objective. So you have to think about your channel partner, those who are doing that business also. So whether that business, there's there is any challenges they are facing, you have to come up with that proper solution, and you have to take decision on the basis of that crisis or any problem they are facing at that field.
That's right. That's right. So the last question is about sales professionals. So if you can sum up your experience as a sales professional, what are the top 5 qualities one should definitely nurture in themselves to be a great marketer or to be a great sales professional?
I think the first thing is that it's a very, I think, very interesting and challenging role. And those who are really want to take challenges in their part and parcel of their job, they will really enjoy it. So to sum up with that 5 points, I think the most important point which will come here is that your interpersonal skill, whether you are good at man management, people handling or not. Because I have seen a lot of people, those who are very brilliant in terms of like analytical power in Excel and PowerPoint presentation and all, but they are very poor at manpower handling. So whatever plan you make at office and in your laptop, but if you are not influencing people, I think it is very tough to reach your goal. I'm not saying that being analytical is bad. Obviously, you have to be analytical, because you need to have that mindset that what plan you have to make and how you have to be smart enough. You have to know that what are the things need to do at that time. Okay, so on the basis of that, if you make that nobody will teach you that, and that interpersonal skill will, I don't think anybody can teach you. You have to be very generous, you have to be very down to earth, and you have to be very you have to be very receptive enough. So I think that will the key thing to go and to get success in sale. And obviously after that, you have to be always on your toe. So if you are ready to achieve anything, you have to be agile enough. You have to be like, your mindset have to be always positive. There are sometimes numbers will come that you think that it might not be possible, but you don't know how big the industry is. You don't know what a person can give their, if they give their 100%, what can be done. So you have to be always positive, and you have to deliver your level best to achieve that thing. And apart from that, you obviously have to be a calculation and that manipulation in terms of like, you have to see that numbers how it is going on. You have to check that those are the things that are part and parcel of that your work. These are the things I think if anybody will follow that, they can reach to their success in their sales career.
That's so perfectly mentioned, and I really love the point mentioning. No, you have to be agile enough because every day it is not a victory. No, sometimes
Yeah.
you will face the winning part. Sometimes you will